Good morning! Back-to-back Artist Alley vlogs, more likely than you think. It is definitely my busy season. Ryan's not behind me. And this weekend we were doing StocktonCon in Stockton, California. This is a smaller show, it's a 2-day show, and we typically leave Saturday morning, so we're gonna go get in the car, which is already loaded, and drive up and do the show. And I have something very exciting that I will be debuting at this show, which also leads me into the thing that I'm going to put on right now. You may have seen them in the CrunchyRoll vlog, but my sister made these adorable periwinkle earrings for me, so I'm going to wear them for the convention and hope they bring me some good luck. That happened really fast, but we're all set up! StocktonCon is a go!
Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something very cool. Come on a quest. Come here. Come this way. The backside of water. Wow. That's me after Taco Bell.
They don't have the fudge we like. We have to settle for plain chocolate. Day is ruined.
Good morning! It is day 2 of StocktonCon. Day 1 went really well, and we went and had a nice sushi dinner, and you saw we walked around the Bass Pro Shop and all that good stuff, and we passed out pretty early. So the show starts at 11 today, so we're kind of taking it easy this morning, getting going on a slower pace. But yeah, we're gonna get to the show pretty soon. Also, I tried really hard to get these in yesterday. My ears get really weird if I don't use like just straight studs, so I couldn't get them in without wigging out, but we're gonna try again today.
Morning of day 2.
I know, okay. Okay.
totes are moving very slowly. Keychains and pins have been doing well. Sold out of a couple shaker charms. Down to the last pixel sky washi tape. Sold out all of the mystery bags. Let's see how we do today.
Ashley. Ashley.
Does everybody know what time it is?
That's time. Shut it up.
Well, we did it. StocktonCon's a wrap. We ended up tearing down very quickly and a little bit early. It's actually 5 minutes after the show closed. So, Ryan really wants a Ghirardelli ice cream sundae and...
Hot fudge sundae. Get your facts straight.
Sorry. That's where we're going next.
You please?
Well, there's 2 down and 2 more to go. I wanted to give it some time between the end of StocktonCon and doing this end bit of the video because, like I mentioned, there was no mask mandate whatsoever, and I really wanted to wait and see and make sure that we didn't end up getting COVID from the show. And you might have seen, I think I did a clip of the portable air purifiers that I ended up buying for these conventions. I think between that and our N95 masks, we made it out okay. We just did our tests and they were both negative. We haven't had any symptoms. So taking measures works, and I will leave a link to the particular air purifiers below in the description if you guys want to check them out for yourselves. But yeah, let's get into the good stuff. So in case this is the first Artist Alley vlog of mine you're watching, just a quick reminder that while I do talk about profits and expenses from each convention I do it in a matter of percentage and a pie chart for the video. But if you go to my Patreon and pledge for $5 or more, you can see the breakdown of all the dollar amounts, everything that I made, everything that I spent to be at the shows. So be sure to check that out. So obviously it's hard to follow CrunchyRoll, especially with a much smaller show. So this is the pie chart for StocktonCon. It's not as pretty as the other one because There were more expenses even though it was a smaller show, and the cash wasn't quite flowing like it was at CrunchyRoll. So almost 75% of the pie chart is profit, which is great. Of course, once you factor in all of the expenses, which were a little higher for the volume of show this was, not something I would normally go for, but I do like this show and we like to keep coming back to it, so I'm willing to pay the prices to be there. But of that almost 75%, 38% of it was card sales and almost 36% of it was cash sales. So almost split completely down the middle between cash and card sales, which is actually kind of unusual. I feel like there's been more card sales in the last few conventions I've done than cash. Obviously, hotel was the most expensive. It usually is. And that's because usually my dad, he does a lot of traveling for work and he would usually put us up in a hotel with his points for this show. But I'm trying to collect my own points for my own rewards program that I'm doing. So I put us up in the same hotel. It was a little more expensive than what I would usually pay, but we only do one night, so it was kind of okay, but it was still the most expensive, followed by the table cost and then the food cost. So I think I explained at the beginning of this video that when we do this show, since it's only a 2-hour drive, we leave the morning of, we stay one night, and then we leave for home after the show. We didn't have any charging because I think Ryan and I squared it up that I paid for something and he ended up reimbursing me with charging costs. There was a small fee for parking in the parking garage connected to the arena. And then, of course, the smallest percentage was the credit card processing fees. So, all in all, pretty good. Decent. I actually broke records from my last time doing this show. So this one was now my most profitable of this show. And I really think that it is from the system that I'm doing now of the buy two, get one for blah, 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 and stuff like that. It really seems to be working. So yeah, I guess now I can talk a little bit about how the show went. It's been over a week now that we were at this show, so my memory is a little bit fuzzy, but especially when you start doing these so close together, they all start to run together. The show itself is pretty great. It has a really good turnout. It's just kind of in a weird place because it's like in downtown Stockton and it's at the Stockton Arena instead of a convention center. I have had bad experiences at this show in the past, but I just kind of like try to ignore them because I do have a fan base. Like I have had multiple people at this show come up to me this time and say, oh, I came just for you, or oh, I bought this from you last year. So it's really cool to like see a returning fan base every time I return to these shows. That makes it really worth it for me to keep coming back. The table was a little bit more expensive. I think we're seeing a trend of rising table prices for conventions, which is kind of unfortunate, that everything just seems to keep going up, and we artists keep having to either raise our own prices or just cut our losses to stay affordable and competitive. But I think the way I'm doing it by doing the multiples deal is kind of saving my skin a little bit. I don't know. I have to run some numbers and see if like that adds up still based on like manufacturing costs and things like that. But all in all, it's usually a positive experience. It was really crowded most of the time. Ryan was the one who left the booth. I don't usually leave the booth. And he said there were definitely large pockets of just congestion of people. And again, almost nobody was wearing a mask, and he got a little freaked out at some points where he would like tighten up his mask a little bit. But again, we both came out unscathed, so measures work. But everybody's always super nice, you know, I don't usually ever have any incidents, luckily. And yeah, I think this show actually happened a month earlier than it usually does. It usually happens in September. So it happened early August, and then I already got the email about future shows because StocktonCon also does Lodi Comic Con, and they're sort of doing a system where every season they have a show. So I think this particular show is being pushed more into summer because they're calling it StocktonCon Summer. So next year it'll actually be happening in July, which will be interesting to see if the new date affects the crowd levels at all. But so far that doesn't seem to be the case. But all in all, I really enjoy the show. We like coming back to it, and you saw our little, we always do a little date of our overnight stay, because we stay at a hotel near a Bass Pro Shop, which is basically like a huge sportsman shop that is really themed, and we go specifically to see the fish and the fudge. So it's kind of our little ritual at this point that we do once a year. We go to the same sushi place every year, and it's just, we have a lot of fun. So, with that being said, I now have my next show is SacAnime at this point, in another week and a half, and it's time to prepare for it. I thought that I was gonna have some downtime, and I always fool myself into thinking that I have downtime, and then I realized, wait, there's all these things that I need to do that don't seem like that big of a deal, but they need to get done, and I have a rapidly depleting time to get them done. So it's back to Con Crunch. So you guys will be seeing the next vlog, which will be a Con Crunch vlog, and that will go up the weekend of SacAnime, and then we will be back to another Artist Alley vlog, and then another studio vlog, and then I think maybe one more studio vlog, and then another Artist Alley vlog. There's so many. I've applied for more for later in the year, and I thought that I was going to be done after September, but I apparently am a workaholic, so anyway, I have to get busy doing some other stuff, and I will see you guys next week in a studio vlog. Bye!
And that's why I wish you the best.